Our world is undergoing a major change, and you better not miss out on this one. Remember how it used to be the great American dream of people to move to New York City? Well, that great American dream has now become Arab dream.
أنا أعتقد أن أوروبا الجديدة هي الشرق الأوسط.
If you've noticed the buzz lately, it is not just Dubai. Places like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and all the Arab states seem to be booming. Shiny skyscrapers pierce Dubai's skyline, the 2022 FIFA World Cup brought the spotlight to Qatar, and Saudi Arabia unveils ambitious architectural projects and whatnot. And that brings forward the big question. Are the tides turning for the West that has dominated the globe for centuries? Is there going to be a power shift for the Arab countries and the downfall of the West? Let's look into the world's scenario and see if it is possible. The first thing that gives the Arab countries a benefit is their location. They have a rich history and sitting right at the crossroads of 3 continents: Africa, Asia, and Europe. This gives them the benefit of smoother and better trading opportunities and access to major global markets. And where there is abundance in trade, there is abundance in economy. But that's not all. In addition to the presence of best routes, they have the most important thing that's traded in the world: oil. And their story goes a long way back. These countries have been bustling hubs for centuries while they traded with cities like Baghdad and Cairo. The precious oil was discovered in the region in the 20th century and completely revolutionized the world for Arabs. This changed their dynamics from resource-rich to revenue-rich, and suddenly, vast wealth fueled rapid economic growth. Fast forward to today, and oil trading is the lifeblood of many Arab economies, generating immense wealth. Yet, here's the thing. This golden condition is short-lived, as we all know that oil is a finite resource. So, is their market going to crash sooner or later? Well, these nations are smart enough to know that, and have alternative plans too. The forward-thinking leaders are implementing ambitious diversification strategies for their economic growth, starting with investment in research and development that is propelling the region towards a future driven by innovation. These bring forward startup hubs, fostering entrepreneurship and creating a knowledge-based economy. Here's the best part. They're not just confined to the workaholic mentality. These countries, especially Qatar, has focused majorly on resorts and iconic landmarks that have boosted the tourism here. These countries are bringing the future in Europe, and it looks something like this. State-of-the-art infrastructure projects, from transportation networks to cutting-edge communication technology, everything is being carried out in Arab nations, and the whole world has an eye on them. Their vision is not just to make a skilled workforce, they're aiming at transforming their universities into hubs of entrepreneurs, and that's a dream of almost every guy nowadays. All of this is not just good for the people, but for the environment as well. Many Arab countries are embracing renewable energy sources like solar and wind power, recognizing the importance of environmental responsibility and long-term energy security. Yet, these are not the only reasons people are wanting to move here. In addition to the immense scope of growth, the lifestyle these countries offer is also a dream come true. People living in colder regions like Canada or America face the harshest of winters. The dark, long nights and being stuck in houses because of the snow can be quite frustrating. Well, not in the Arab world. Here, the temperature ranges from 74 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit throughout the year. That means 12 months of soothing sun and a day at the beaches are any of the bustling tourist places that offer the top experiences. And what about safety concerns? The theft and fear of being followed? Those are also alien thoughts in the Arab world, as they have the best security assurance in the whole world. Now, that sounds like paradise to many who get inspired by the idea of moving to the Arab countries. Let me tell you that the perks don't end here. These countries are working on making the financial reforms better, and the rise of digital banking are providing more accessible financial services to citizens and small businesses. Facilities like these attract millionaires and even small business owners that creates better opportunities for a growth in the overall economy. Another major attraction for people looking for a business attraction is the tax-free perk in Dubai. If you didn't know it earlier, Dubai does not charge major amounts of tax from its residents. So, unlike the Western world where 10% to 37% goes to the government, living in Dubai means majority of your income goes in your own pocket. Now that sounds like a great deal, doesn't it? One thing that makes them stand out is that these nations have kept their cultural treasures while revolutionized everything, from world-class museums, art centers to technological and infrastructure advancement. Contrary to all the advancements in the Arab world, some Western nations face economic challenges. These developed countries are struggling with inflation, rising debt, supply chain disruptions, political instability, and an increasingly competitive global market that are taking a toll on some Western economies. To be honest, no one would want to live in conditions like these, and this has prompted investors and skilled workers to shift their interest to the rapidly growing economy of the Arab world, eventually turning the tables for the Western countries as they are facing high numbers of reverse immigration, making the talent get drained out of there. Additionally, the Western world also enjoys numerous strengths: established democracies, technological advancements, and strong social safety nets. But that is also overshadowed by challenges like political polarization and growing social inequalities. Here, it is safe to say that the West is not as glittering anymore as it used to be, and the lines between the both worlds are getting blurred out quickly. There are some issues that are similar for both sides, like pandemics, climate change, and the declining health charts of people. If we compare these two spectrums of the world, a clear conclusion can be driven out. If these both sides collaborate and learn from each other's strengths and weaknesses, a more stable global future can be secure. But one thing's for sure, the inclination towards the Western world for better opportunities is facing a clear and gradual shift. Arab nations seem promising to the investors and future businesses that can and will move their attention if things keep going at this pace. Still, the success of these nations' economic diversification plans will be crucial in determining their long-term power, and they're on their way to achieving their goals. Factors like geopolitical tensions, oil price fluctuations, and the ever-evolving global market can impact any nation's economic trajectory. So, it brings us back to the question, is there going to be a shift in power? Well, after all the conditions discussed in the video, it's safe to say that the shift has already begun. Today, there are more than 40,000 US citizens living in Dubai, making it one of the largest expat groups in the UAE. While the focus is on reverse immigration, it's important to acknowledge the ongoing cultural exchange. Arab professionals are also seeking opportunities abroad, contributing their skills and perspectives to the global workforce. This fosters a more interconnected world and a melting pot of ideas that benefits all nations. The exchange of skilled workers from both the worlds isn't just about filling positions, it's about knowledge transfer. These professionals bring their expertise in global business practices, further boosting the capabilities of the local workforce and propelling Arab nations further on the path of innovation and economic diversification. It's important to note that the narrative about the Arab world is also shifting. It is no longer just a source of oil, but a potential land of opportunity. The populations in many Arab countries are young and growing, offering a vibrant workforce and a strong domestic market for businesses. To make this shift even smoother, these countries have provided streamlined visa processes, proper language training programs, and are creating dedicated business zones catering to foreign investors and entrepreneurs. Now, that sounds like the perfect plan to boost their workforce. Now, hearing all these facts about the advancements might make you feel like the Arabs are undoubtedly way ahead in the game. But that does not mean that the Western side is completely out of the picture. Our world is undergoing a major transformation, and staying up to date with these ups and downs has become a necessity. Undoubtedly, this will bring forward a bit of retaliation and fight for restoring power. There will be competition for influence and resources, but that's a small price we have to pay for a major shift in the economic powers. However, just imagine if these two big powers of the world were to collaborate. The possibilities of overall betterment and enhancement in the world are tremendous. By practicing an exchange of knowledge, facilitating technology transfer, and sharing industry expertise, all nations stand to gain a competitive edge. On top of that, the opportunity to tackle global challenges together can be tremendous. Major issues like climate change, international security, or even world hunger that seem like the biggest threats to humanity can be solved in a matter of years. By working hand in hand, the Arab world and the West can leverage their strengths and pave the way for a more prosperous and peaceful future for all. Considering how our world works, no matter how good of an idea this sounds, it is still a far-fetched one. So, let's keep it for discussion for another time. In conclusion to all the points considered right now, it's important to recognize that the Arabs are no longer the deserted, arid areas they were before. These are the upcoming major contributors to the world's economy. even though challenges remain, such as political instability in some regions and the need for further diversification. With diversification plans in motion and a growing allure for investors and talent, the region is poised for continued growth. This land of riches is no longer defined solely by its oil reserves. It's a land brimming with innovation, entrepreneurship, and a growing hunger for economic diversity. So, will Arab countries become the new global powerhouses? Will this be the dawn of a new era of Arab economic dominance? The answer remains to be written. The sands are clearly shifting, but one thing is for sure. The future is full of possibilities. Leave a comment below and let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more thought-provoking content. Until next time, take care.